A lot of small details in Red Dead Redemption 2 that most players either overlook or completely forget after finishing the game. So instead of focusing on major missions, today we're diving into some lesser-known details that quietly add depth to the world. I only started noticing these when I slowed down and spent time in camp or just explored without rushing objectives. And honestly, that's where the game feels the most alive. In the epilogue, there's a dog named Rufus wandering around the property. If you inspect him, something unusual happens. Instead of the usual long description with details and stats, the game simply says, "Rufus, a good boy." That's it, no extra information. It's a small moment, but it feels intentional, almost like a break from the usual tone. Rockstar rarely does this, which makes it stand out even more. Most wagons look similar, but not all of them behave the same. If you pay close attention while driving, some wagons react differently to bumps. They actually have working suspension systems. This means rough terrain feels smoother. Movement looks more natural. In some cases, there's even visible support under the driver's seat, suggesting extra cushioning for comfort. It's a level of detail most players never notice during normal gameplay. Arthur can interact with his horse at any time, but his voice changes depending on the situation. During normal exploration, he speaks clearly. When you're wanted and hiding, he lowers his voice and whispers. What's interesting is, the horse always responds instantly, but enemies don't react, even if they're nearby. It's not perfectly realistic, but it adds a subtle layer of immersion.
Nothing in here. Come on now, it's our job to find them.
Across the entire story, the word money is used around 249 times.
Here for money. Money that you borrowed from Leopold Strauss.
The word plan appears about 89 times. These numbers highlight something important. The gang is constantly focused on survival, profit, and future plans. It's a small statistic, but it reflects the core theme of the story.
Okay. Follow my lead. I got a plan.
The word lumbago appears only 6 times in the game. Even though it's used very rarely, it became one of the most memorable lines for players. It shows how even small bits of dialogue can stick if they're delivered at the right moment.
Is one of you gonna get that fella's horse?
Well, I got lumbago. It's very serious. All right, I'll see what's going on. Lumbago, really?
Here's a detail that many players miss completely. In Chapter 2, if you spend time around camp instead of rushing missions, you can actually see Mrs. Downs arrive to repay her husband's debt. This happens before you're sent to collect from him. That moment adds extra context. It shows she was trying to settle things peacefully, and it makes the later mission feel much more uncomfortable. These small details might not change gameplay, but they add a lot of depth to the world if you take the time to notice them. And there are still plenty more like this, so I'll be bringing another set in the next video. So, until next time, goodbye.